Hi, you're with LoveLicious again, and I'm feeling much better today. I'm looking a little bit foxier. I've got myself done up. I've been, I'm in school full time right now, and I just got done with a huge essay, and I'm feeling very good about it. Um, I wanted to talk about some things that I've been watching. I've been watching you guys do these plus size clothing hauls and stuff like that. And something that kind of bothers me about plus size fashion is that it's kind of like the same style cut slightly different, variations in color and pattern, but it kind of seems to me like it's stuff that's cut for a thin person, just made extra large, and it doesn't flatter us. I really would like to see something new in plus size fashion that really is flattering to us. And also, I've been watching, if you're buying stuff online, that it's really inexpensive, I guess. Some of the stores are, I've seen shirts for $5, $9, pants for $15. That's amazing to me because the only place I can think of around here is there's Torrid and there's Lane Bryant. Lane Bryant is pretty good on prices if they're having a sale. But Torrid's pretty expensive. I love their clothes. Don't get me wrong. I think they're cut pretty well. I still think that they're trying to dress like skinny people. I don't think that's a good idea. You might disagree with me about that, but maybe it's the sensitivity in me responding to a lot of negative feedback. I don't know. You must have experienced this walking down the street and having people make nasty remarks about your weight, and I hate that, and I dread that kind of encounter. So I tend to try to dress in a way that makes it so that you don't notice so much. My ass I don't mind people noticing, but my stomach I really mind. So I tend to layer. I wear, well, what I do is they have these things called, I forget what they're called, but they're supposed to be like a shirt extender. They sell them in stores. It's like a tube top that's for your waist, and it's like it makes it look like you've got a second shirt on under your shirt, and it comes down. It's supposed to like keep your underwear hidden when you're bending over and stuff like that. I forget what it's called, but you can make those really easily. I just go to a thrift shop and buy t-shirts, or tank tops that are maybe a size or two smaller than I would normally wear, and just cut the top right off and leave the tube part of the shirt. And you really don't really have to do much. I mean, you can make a drawstring on it, if you need to. I weigh 300 pounds, so I really don't need to. And I do that so that I have a piece of material hanging down over my stomach. But it's not like hanging like a tent. I don't like to dress. I don't want to look like I'm wearing a muumuu. But it's just extra precautions I like to take to keep myself from dealing with that sort of rude comments. Something else I wanted to talk about was I saw something in the news the other day about Sir Paul McCartney. His daughter is really a really big name. She's making a big name for herself in the fashion industry. And she was having her, I guess it was her first real fashion show with big stars, Kate Moss and the like, walking down the runway with her labels on, and Ringo Starr was there to see her off. And I was watching that, and I felt a little bit sad about that, because these people have their high standing in pop culture, and they're promoting people's obsession with being skeletal thin, which is just as unhealthy as being morbidly obese. But it was just really sad. I wish that we could get the big names to design stuff that's really flattering, something new, something I want to see, like a renaissance in the fashion industry, especially for plus size fashion. Something new, something that hasn't been done, something really flattering. And have big names back it. Like, Queen Latifah would be awesome, and Adele. And fashion shows, and I want to talk about Bodacious Nights. I don't know if you're familiar with BBW stuff, and they have these parties, Bodacious Nights, but they're never over here on the West Coast, at least that I've ever heard of. And they're nowhere near my community. I see these things and they look like so much fun, but we need to be more proactive about setting things like that up in our communities. There are so many of us. Why are we not organizing ourselves and creating a viable community for ourselves? I also wanted to talk about having plus size beauty pageants. I see them in Florida, and I think that's pretty much it. Florida is the only place I have seen plus size beauty pageants. We need to do stuff like that. We need to organize. We need to come together as a community and celebrate ourselves and one another. That also brings me to another topic I wanted to discuss, which is plus size modeling. The women who I see advertised as plus size models are not plus sized. They are average sized. They're just healthy, normal women. They are not plus sized. And I would like to see some real plus size modeling going on. Magazines. Also, I also wanted to talk about another issue in the BBW realm, which is chubby chasers. Now, I love the fact that there are men who love the way I look, who can't get it up unless they're with a woman who looks the way I look. I love that. And I see almost like uh once a woman has a taste of that, she kind of, because most of us, if you're big and you're dating in the regular world, a lot of men are prone to not want to take us out or show us off, or because they're basically ashamed that they're with a big girl. And that happens a lot. And once you've been with a man who loves the way you look and is not ashamed of that, you kind of tend to grasp onto that and forget yourself. And fetish and love are not the same thing. And I see big girls being really catty towards each other over these chubby chasers, these men who love the way we look, because they want that all for them, but there's a lot of them. Unfortunately, a lot of them are afraid to come out of the closet, so to speak, because of social and peer pressure. So I want to see us loving each other and embracing each other and not trying to tear one another down, because we deal with that enough. So let's stick together as sisters and not try to hurt each other over a walking pecker, because it's not worth it. And there are really good men out there who love the way we look and aren't ashamed. And I'm going to tell you something. I know this for a fact. There are a lot of those men who are in the Army or the Navy, any of our armed forces. Those men, I'm telling you, like big girls, and they are not ashamed of that. So if you want to adopt a soldier, girl. Anyway, let's see. That's pretty much it for tonight. I'm feeling much better. I'm feeling pretty and optimistic and empowered, and I'm hoping that I made you feel the very same way. Thank you for your time. Have a good night. God bless.